So we've been accused of being overly positive, overly drinking the purple Kool-Aid, running, state media spin for the Vikings. Except not really. Like, we want sports to be fun. We're always looking on the positive side of life. And our guy, new general manager Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, definitely put his stamp on the team in the first round last night, trading down from 12 to 32 in division with the Detroit Lions and getting a questionable draft haul, right? So a lot of Vikings fans, big mad, just absolutely big mad, getting after it. And yeah, this happens in sports. No matter what move you make, I mean, not everyone's going to be 100% on it. Like even the drafting of Justin friggin' Jefferson, where I don't know, maybe myself and some other draft analysts assume that he didn't have the strength to play outside and can only play in the slot. Wrong. Happy to be wrong in that spot. And don't get me wrong, like sports is about discussion and debate, and you can have opinions on both sides, but I don't really get just completely hammering this move at this point, but wanted to explore potentially why. So the trade, recapping again, the Vikings gave up 12 overall and 46. I think that was a big deal. And then they got the Lions first round pick from the Rams, number 32. Again, Kwesi's just trying to get the team used to drafting at 32. Also, the Lions' second round pick 34, as well as their top end, the third round pick 66. So, initially the sticker shock of dropping down 20 spots to a division foe, it's a lot. And even on the live stream in the moment, we weren't really mad, but we were just really questioning what the hell was going on. And I was mainly cheesed about the Vikings giving up 46. Now, if they traded 12 and the Vikings third round pick 77, I mean, this is an absolute deal, an absolute steal. And the thing is, a lot of people aren't mad about Lewis Cine, who the Vikings took at 32. I think that he's absolutely racked up and jacked up. He's going to be a fantastic enforcer on the back end of that defense. That wasn't the issue. It's still about the trade, and it's always about FOMO, fear of missing out, like what you could have had at 12, where you could have had Jamison Williams, who's going to be a problem once that ACL heals up. You could have had Kyle Hamilton, if you want to stick in the safety realm, the unicorn from Notre Dame. You could have had Jordan Davis, etc. So I think that's where fans are definitely getting a little bit of the big mad vibes, where they do feel they're going to be comparing, Jamison to Cine and Jordan Davis to Cine and Kyle Hamilton to Cine, which is pretty unfair to the kid. And also, you look at the old school trade charts, which people worship at the altar of those trade charts, which is kind of stupid because they're 30 years ago. They're outdated then. They were flawed then. They're whatever, right? So I think initially, what people latched onto is big mad is that the Jimmy Johnson trade chart or the Hill trade chart is like, oh, the Vikings got smoked. They lost 230 points of value. They lost 38.78 points of value. Blah, 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 blah. They lost, bro. But you can't completely ignore the new age analytics where, yeah, you could say, does it really matter? Is it really applicable? Is it overanalyzing the game as it is, or is it just football, right? But I mean, it is the current analytics, right, in the modern game. So the Fitzgerald Spielberger chart, the Vikings win by trading down. PFF has them winning by trading down. Also, the new age analytics, the Vikings are winning. The old school charts from 30 years ago, they're losing. Which do you think Kwesi's subscribing to? Which one do you think Kwesi cares about more? Also, I think you have to factor in the flatness of this draft, where there wasn't the top tier elite players in this draft like there usually was, and there wasn't going to be one at 12 potentially. So, moving down and all around and securing a couple more higher end day 2 selections, I understand it. I do, because I feel like from picks 11 to 70, you're going to have a lot of players selected that teams had probably pretty similar grades on, especially if you can get them a little bit later on, saves a little bit on the cap. So, and Kwesi getting that extra day 2 selection from the Lions, I think that it does make sense from his point of view, but also I do fully understand Vikings fans, especially ones at the ones on social media and ones in Vegas and ones at the draft party. Actually, that's everyone. So they were anticipating 12. They saw who was on the board: Jamison and Davis and Hamilton. Oh my! And then you move down all the way to the ass end of the draft. That's right. Plus, by the end of the first round, maybe fans have had a couple beverages and then they've let that resentment stew. So then it just sort of comes out. And if you've seen social media, which I don't know, I don't suggest. Some fans are still bitter and still pretty big mad. But also, I mean, what if Kwesi's playing chess here? What if his entire move was like, hey, I will give Jameson Williams to the Lions, who they're going to screw up anyway, and they're never going to have a quarterback, and that will keep him away from the Packers potentially trading up and go and get him. Because, I mean, this was probably the best first round for wide receivers in NFL history, or at least the deepest for sure, because 6 went in the top 18 selections, and the Packers had 2 first-round picks and got none. Just amazing, man. Because, I mean, what if Kwesi had it on good authority that if they didn't take Jameson Williams at 12, or if they didn't get rid of Jameson Williams at 12, that the Packers were going to trade up with the Texans at 13, which the Eagles ultimately did, and take Jameson Williams? What if Kwesi's playing chess while all y'all are playing checkers? It's a possibility, man. It's an absolute possibility. So the Vikings win with a new age look. And also, I think you have to just take away the picks. Just take away, the tangible, fudging of how you see the value of the picks, and look at the players. So these are some realistic selections from the picks from the trade. So Jameson Williams, 12, going to be out for most of the year with the ACL. He's going to be fantastic when he gets back, don't get me wrong, but he's going to have a redshirt year this year. Chad Muma, the linebacker from Wyoming, maybe Nakobe Dean gets a 46. I doubt it. So the Lions get a great linebacker, sure, which is also a position of need. And the Vikings, say you take, so we got Lewis Seen, hard-hitting safety at 32. Say we take Andrew Booth Jr. or Kyler Gordon, a great cornerback. So you check those boxes. 66, you get a potential starting offensive lineman in Dylan Parham. So you got 3 great players versus, I guess you could say 1.5 great players because Jameson's going to be out for most of this year. I mean, that's not bad. That ain't bad at all, because if you take the picks out and then just look, how can we do that? Hold on. I think I have an idea. Zoom in and enhance. Nope, can't do that. Wait, is that locked? There we go. No, I can't do it. Can't win with them. Oh, I got it now. All right, so take the picks out. Just take that out of the equation and just look at the players. Are you okay taking 3, or do you want the 2 with Jameson out for the year? I'll take the 3. And again, these aren't like pie in the sky projections. These are realistically who could be there for the Vikings at 34 and 66 and for the Lions at 46. So in general, I am giving Kwesi the benefit of the doubt, man. So some fans just want to be mad. I mean, some fans are going to hate whatever the team does, and that is part of sports. I respect it. But also, I think to a degree, some people just want to be miserable, man. I mean, they do. They just want to perpetually be the victim, be victimized by their sports teams, because then they're the hero of their own story. Because if the team loses, they're like, see what this team did to me? If they had followed exactly what I had done, we would won, and da-da-da. So they get to have the moral high ground in that spot in a completely improvable situation, and they get to feel good about themselves. But I mean, there will be fans who actively be rooting against Lewis Seen and some of these draft picks just so that they're right about the trade, and like rooting for Jameson when they play the Vikings twice a year, which is just so backwards. Like us, admittedly, it's like, hey, we're kind of cool on Jefferson because we thought you could only play in the slot. What if we were so? Now I'm Justin friggin' Jefferson's biggest cheerleader. That's what you do with your team. You love the ones who are on your team, no matter how they got there, no matter who. Hey, Kyle Hamilton is a great player. He's not wearing the right purple. Not on our team. We don't care. Jameson Williams is going to be a great player as well. Not on our team. We don't care. Love the ones you're with, no matter how they got there. And Kwesi, it's his first year, man. It's his first year. And yeah, you could say that he got hijacked in the trade because of, Jimmy Johnson said so back in 1989. Cool. But no, I'm still rolling with them. We'll see how these picks play out, especially day 2. And I think by the end of tonight, I think Vikings fans are going to feel a lot better because they'll see, got a lot of great players in round 2 and round 3. Spicy, man. Let's go. Your thoughts on our thoughts. Why are Vikings fans so mad at Kwesi? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work. Put a little something in the Venmo. Until next time, Skull Production Value.